it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are we a quorum?
What was the question?
Are we a quorum?
Who are you guys again?
Yeah.
Five? Okay, good. Yeah, because there's things we're gonna be talking about today. Now we're gonna go to roll call.
Perfect. So, Chair Christine Graziano.
Ooh, we'll do this.
Present.
Perfect. Vice Chair Don Coisting.
Here.
Perfect. Chair Mathena Anderson. Mathena Anderson, Commissioner. Shows that she is not here. Commissioner Grisel Rios. Also is not here. And then Commissioner Aaliyah Gomez.
Here.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. And then verification of agenda posting. The agenda was posted at both the Hollister Community Center and City Hall on Friday, October 22nd, per Government Code, Section 54954.2.
Awesome, thank you. Did everybody get a copy of the minutes from Tuesday, September 28th, 2021? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I move that we approve the minutes of the October, or the September meeting.
I can second.
Believe so, yes.
Guess I'll second, and the motion carries. How about, do we have any public comment? Not yet.
Only for agendized items. How's that?
No comments on.
Okay, then, let's move on to old business. And number one is the Clower Park.
Good evening, Henry Gonzalez, Interim Public Works Director. Clara Park, we have forward movement with the addition of the equipment for the ADA compliance. Unfortunately, it was raining, so it got postponed for a day or two. Spoke with the contractor today. He'll be back tomorrow. So we should have forward movement. Once they have everything in place, we will have concrete poured in, and then the tiles, foam tiles would be placed in. And for the most part, I'm going to guess maybe 2 to 3 more weeks it should be. It really is based on how quickly we can get a contractor to come out here to pour the concrete. A lot of construction going on, so we may or may not be having any luck with them getting here immediately. But once that's done, the foam will be put down and we should be good to go. If you guys get a chance to go by there, there are a couple of new items there already installed. So.
Very cool. Thank you. Let's move on to Vista Park Hill.
So Vista Park Hill bathroom is completely done. The fence in the backside to protect the electrical and the plumbing is installed permanently now. It's usable, it's open, ready to go.
Nice. We're going to move on to the Art and Culture Commission
So
update.
for the Art and Cultural Commission, we will have to table this one. I wasn't able to receive the minutes in time for this meeting, but we can move on to the ad hoc for the dog park.
Okay, let's do that. Ad hoc committee for Hollister Dog Park update. Who would like to do that? Is that me?
You want to do it? Want me to do it?
You can do it, Dawn.
Okay. We had a great meeting today. There were 4 of us present, I guess.
Yes.
And let's see, we'll just go over some of the items real quickly. The signage is still there, so I don't really need to go over that. The water valve leak has been fixed, which we're really happy about. The kennel cough issue, the city staff is going out Monday through Friday every morning and cleaning everything up, which is great. We haven't had any more complaints that we're aware of. Let's see, talking about the shade structures that we want to get out there. We've had 2 bids, we're awaiting a 3rd bid. And as soon as that comes in, I think they're gonna address that and make a determination about, select a contractor to do that and buy the items from. Benches and tables is another thing that we've been looking for. We've gotten a new table. It's up and out there. As a matter of fact, I drove by today and I saw somebody sitting at it, so
Oh, nice.
that worked out really well. Let's see. We spent a great deal of time talking about the Dog Day event that we want to hold next year, talking about June. Haven't, really decided on a date yet, and don't know for sure if we can move forward, but we'd like to move forward with that event at Dunn Park in June of next year. So there's gonna be a lot of planning and a lot of things that we're gonna need to do to take care of that. Let's see, social media, we tabled that really. I don't know, I think that pretty much covers it, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's move on. You want to have
Oh, Robin has a question.
Yes. Yay, we like questions. Or comments. Comments.
A comment. Is this the right time? Yes.
Well,
Before you move on,
I think it's how we were doing it prior, so we're just going to keep with that. Go ahead.
okay. I'm just curious what happened to all the shade tents or shade structures that were out there. There was a good half a dozen of them, and I know they laid there for a long time. Those cannot be reused or put back in, or I don't know. It just seems like going out to a bid for something, lumber so expensive. You had the lumber. It's somewhere. I just wanted to ask. Thanks.
Would you want me to answer that? So it was discussed that they had been sitting on their side for so long that they warped and they were unusable, unfortunately. So we're looking at other different things, sailcloth and different things like that, to where maybe more cost effective, well, because we don't have those shades you're talking about, is what I'm understanding.
I believe so, yeah. So
Okay.
it doesn't, Henry, correct me if I'm wrong on this one. Do you know anything about the?
Yeah, that's correct, so.
None of the wood was savable to rebuild half of what was there.
So we did attempt to try to save some of the wood. They were split, they were dry, they was warped. By the time we tried to get a straight board out of it, I mean, it would
Wasn't
take
happening.
us forever. And unfortunately, between weathering and the fact they were embedded in concrete, so the concrete on the bottom got to the post anyways, so all 4 posts would have been needed to be replaced. So what was left was very little, and, again, you'd still have to get new stuff, so.
Okay.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
We, we did try, but they were so shaky that I was like, I didn't want to trust it to, a kid climb on it or anything like that, or even lean on it. That would be
Right.
too much liability for the city.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, we're going to move on to the City of Hollister 150th Sequential Centennial. I just destroyed that word. Anniversary.
Perfect. So for the anniversary, the budget did go to council at the last council meeting, and it sounds like they are working on a scaled version of what was originally proposed. We are still planning on holding the event next summer with some possible downtown events and then a possible Dunn Park event. So I know staff are working to kind of adapt to the budget and then create an amazing event to celebrate Hollister and its 150th year.
Fun. Thank you. Any public comment? No? Okay. Because we don't have anybody up there, so I thought I might as well ask. How about, let's move on to new business and the Clean California Local Grant Program, which I'm excited to hear about.
Perfect. And then we do have a PowerPoint for this one. Clean California local grant program. City staff is working to apply for this grant, and what it is, it's kind of a beautification and litter abatement grant. And then Paul, if you want to go to the next one. And so we are looking at different milestones. So the call for projects will be in December 2021. The project deadline is February 2022. And then it's a quick turnaround. Sounds like they will be awarded in March. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Paul. And like I stated earlier, we are working to reduce the amount of waste and debris in public right of way. And then, so where the area that we are looking for is the north end of the River Park Trail, right under the bridge right there. There'll be some pictures there in a second, and we're gonna work to provide evidence that there is a recurring issue of trash and land misuse there. And then it is looking to see is the project an area that's used currently. And there's a critical connection to the daily life, walking to schools, biking, transit as well too. I know that trail is kind of heavily used, and it also does lead fairly close to the high school, so it is an option for students going to the high school from that part of town to head over through that way. And it's also just a beautiful area to ride your bike and be outside in nature. So this just kind of goes over some more of the standards of the grant. And then as we're kind of going through these, there have been multiple cleanups down there with different nonprofits. Also city staff have been out there working diligently to do a homeless campment cleanup down actually in the riverbed itself. And so here's some pictures of the project site location. So again, it is kind of the north end of the River Park Trail. And so the city does own the land underneath the bridge. And then the county owns the bridge. And then that first picture on your left, you can see the fenced off area. That is a city water, but then the smaller shed right there, that is actually a county facility. So we got to work with the county about that one. And then the other picture that you see, that is currently the condition underneath the bridge right there on the River Park Trail. There's some boulders down there, and as you can see, lots of graffiti and then also trash. And there is some more pictures of the area that we're looking at. And what you can see in the picture on your right hand side, it is a kind of memorial of individuals who have lost their life, and that is an aspect that we are taking into consideration on how to be considerate, knowing that that is a memorial for people out there, and work to address that issue. Again, these are some more pictures, and then the picture that you can see on the right hand side, that's also another trail, and on the right side of it, that is where the ponds are. And I know in the future there's discussion about having those ponds turn into, or at least one of the ponds turn into a fishing pond out there. So hopefully this will be an investment that will kind of help carrying over into years to come. And then we did meet with a gentleman named Mark from, I think it was right, Kimley Horn, and just kind of discussed it. He was actually one of the engineers for the River Trail project. He recommended us to reach out to a landscape architect to kind of get some natural grasses in there, some natural landscaping, just to kind of beautify the area. And then this is kind of the north side, and these are images from on top of the trail. So if you hike up kind of the boulders up there, and just showing that there is big land out there. There's 2 phases possibly. The first phase right now, we're applying for the grant to kind of beautify this area. but there is future discussions about a bridge that might go across right here to connect to Brigantino Park. So again, that's, you know, a project that's the second phase, a few years down the line. But ideally, this might be, you know, a very beautiful area for our community where they can access Brigantino Park from this area.
Mhm.
And then just some more pictures from our site location. And then here is a kind of dream design of what we would like to see out there is just, you know, some natural grasses. And then, you know, again, this is kind of leading towards that future, the phase 2, but possibly, you know, having a path that would connect from, you know, the 4th Street up there and then running down to the park, to the trail, and then also running, maybe if we do have fishing ponds in the future out there, running to those ponds as well. So with that, do we have any kind of questions or?
I think, I know I've asked this before, but who's writing the grant? Are these, I forget what the answer was.
This is actually our city staff
Okay.
writing it. I know there's discussion about hopefully getting a grant writer in the future, but right now, city staff is working on.
And they have experience. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but like, that's like a whole thing. Like, you go to college to write a grant. So whoever's doing this has experience doing this?
So not the go to college to write grants. You know, through our department we have.
I just like to see us get a grant. We keep applying, sorry.
Definitely.
You know?
No, and through our department, we know we have, you know, experience in writing grants and applying for them. Again, we are hoping that, you know, there might be a grant writer in the future that will help us and assist us in being active and really being
That'd be awesome.
out there to get some of these grants.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like it. I think that's awesome. Does anybody else
No,
have a comment?
It looks great.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah.
I have a couple. So this grant, you're just going for the max that they'll give? I mean, how are you determining what you're asking for in this grant?
So-
And also, is the county get more than just?
City?
The city, but I know the county is applying also to this Clean California. They want to do the bike trail from Anzar School into San Juan. It's the first official bike trail in the county, and it's 20, 30 years old, and it's not well marked. And so I know that REACH is supporting the county in applying for that grant. So I'm just curious how, like, is this being applied for X amount of dollars, or we're just going to talk about how nice it could be on paper again, like you said, we apply for grants, and then anyhow, I was just curious about how you're coming up with what you're asking for, I guess, and if you have to go through a landscape designer, then yeah. Anyhow, thank you.
Oh.
I hope we get it.
Perfect. No, well, great question. So we don't know the total that we are requesting right now. You know, we are going to work with that landscape architect to figure out, you know, what the total cost would be. And then, you know, the person that we did meet with from Kimley Horn, he did recommend, let's reach out to the county, let's get, you know, two heads together on this one to make sure that we, you know, are as successful as can be and have as much information going out there as well too. So right now we still are in kind of the early stages of it, and then tonight I believe we are just asking for permission to apply for the grant and kind of move forward with it.
Thank you.
So I guess the second part of new business is Prop 68 per capita grant. The commission will approve the submittal of the grant. Is that-
Yes, so the Prop 68 grant, pull back our notes on that one. That one is, we are looking at improvements to Dunn Park out, to the
Oh,
clubhouse
yes,
out there.
yes.
And then, so that one is the per capita, so we are, each city is allocated a certain amount of funds based off of, the population. Again, I can't find these notes for this one, but for that one, it is something that we, have realized Dunn Park is a major, area that we can definitely beautify and, invest some money into, and, especially money that's being given by the state, and
Mhm.
hopefully have Dunn Park be, a focal point of our city and be able to provide more events and, just a beautiful park where people can go out there and enjoy.
Yeah. So are we voting on this? Or no? We've already didn't we already vote on this?
Yeah, I thought we already did.
I
Did
thought we
not?
did.
I think so too.
Right, because we talked about, will it go to the roof? Will it go to because we had the huge discussion about it.
Henry, do you know?
No, I don't, not sure if we did this a little already or not. I know
Okay.
we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
But I'm
Mhm.
not sure, where we are in that phase. If
Okay.
it's been submitted, or if it's near ready to submit, I'll get that information for you.
I guess if we do need to vote on it, can we do a vote by email? I don't know what the protocol is.
That will be a good question. Let me
Okay,
kind
so,
of get that
okay,
answer.
so we'll
and
find
then
out. Okay, so we
get back to
won't,
everyone.
we're not voting on anything right now, but we'll find out. Okay, I like it. And then for new business, Christmas in the park.
Perfect. So Christmas in the park. We are plugging away on being able to provide a Christmas in the park event for our community. And the dates that we are looking at are going to be December 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Okay.
So the 17th, 18th, and 19th, there's going to be a ice skating rink out at Dunn Park. And then the 18th is going to be kind of our main day. We're working with some local craft vendors to have kind of a craft boutique fair out there, as well as some local entertainment groups to kind of have performances out there, some Christmas performances, and then also some of our local food trucks and food vendors to be able to have some snacks and beverages and just have a great little event out there for our community.
That sounds nice.
At Dunn?
At Dunn Park, yes.
Oh, I put downtown. Kidding. Okay, I'll have to modify that. Okay, so any commissioner comments? Okay. I don't have a comment either. Us three have no comments. Let's move on to reports for the recreation program.
So perfect. For recreation, on Saturday, we completed the Red Ribbon Run. It was an event held in partnership with San Benito County Behavioral Health. Police and fire were also helping us out there. And we had a 5K run that ran through downtown Hollister. And we also had a fair out there where local vendors came, a lot of community groups that had a stake in just ensuring our youth populations kind of are aware of the dangers of drug and alcohol abuse and kind of give them different tools to avoid those outlets. There was a great BMX bike performance out there, kind of showing the kids and kind of pumping them up to be excited
fun.
about getting other alternatives to using drugs and alcohol. And a big thank you goes out to, Henry's staff for assisting with the road closures out there. We cannot run those events without, the work of our public works department out there. Like we stated earlier, we are planning for the Christmas in the Park event. And then actually this Sunday is going to be our Tree Streets event. Our Halloween event is going to be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have 33 local businesses and nonprofit organizations that are going to be out there handing out candy to our children. There's a costume contest, so it's going to be a great event. Definitely fun to be out there and see all the kids in their Halloween costumes again. 'Cause
Fun.
last year we were out at the airport and had to do a drive-through event, so we're excited to be downtown and ready for Sunday.
The
And
drive-through event wasn't horrible. It was actually pretty cute.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, yeah, it was fun.
I mean, it's not the event that we've done in past,
No.
but it was great for, especially at the timing, just for families to be able to go outside and see Halloween decorations and get a little escape from being inside. And then for that event too, we are still looking for some costume contest judges. I know Vice Chair Coinstein has graciously agreed to be one of our judges, but if any of you other commissioners are interested in participating,
Judge.
you guys should have got an email from Tina earlier, but definitely.
You have to
Oh, I
wait
didn't
till-
see it.
Oh, but it's a fun
Oh.
event. And we have some great prizes from some local charitable givers that were able to kind of give some prizes out there for our kids.
Oh, golly, I'll look. Okay. How about the Parks Division review on the monthly activities of the Parks Division?
Let me see. Well, let me start by saying we just had a riverbed cleanup 2 weeks ago, and I don't know the exact numbers. I believe it was over 8 tons of metal, just metal alone that we took out of there,
Wow.
aside from all the garbage. We are getting ready for our second one, which is going to be November 4th, 5th, and 6th, I believe.
Wow.
And our intent is to do 3 of them. The challenging part is once we clean everything up, it takes about 30 to 45 days for all that stuff to come back. And that's, that's just the typical pattern of the homeless, unfortunately. So they are working, they do, like I said, we're working 3 days for it. So this will be the second time. We'll do it one more time, hopefully before the rain gets too heavy for us. It is very challenging. We have approximately between 8 and 13 people out there, probably about 8 pieces of equipment. So it's a ongoing thing. We have support with PD out there, Sheriff's Department. We're reaching out right now to County Public Works to see if they can include some bodies to help us on that. So that would be definitely a benefit for all of us. Removal of graffiti from parks. There's been a kind of a lot of that lately. It kind of comes and goes. You'll see some of it sometimes, and then you won't see it for a while. I don't know if they're on vacation or what the deal is, but it's kind of interesting.
Ran out of paint.
Yeah, exactly. The cost of paint's going up. Apricot Park, we've been having issues with people driving cars and motorcycles across the park
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
onto the path. So we are gonna, we've ordered a cattle guard gate, so that way vehicles, motorcycles can't go through there, and there'll still be enough gap for pedestrians and people with, pushing baby strollers and what have you. We went through, we were talking about ballards, we were talking about other things, and we came up with this, figuring it's the cheapest way of doing it, and probably the least thing that could be broken. So longevity as far as that goes. We installed a fence around the booster pumps and controllers at the Mirabella 2 project. We're getting ready to get more acreage on the other side of that property. I like to add that we continue to get acreage of parks, but not personnel to do it. So
Right.
be patient with us. We're trying. We extended the fence around Brigantino Park on top of the area, the walking trail, so it's more secure for pedestrians. There's a spot right there on the top level. As you start going down, there was no fence. The Boy Scouts extended the fence so that as you come down that hill, it's safer. They added 2 owl boxes were installed by the Boy Scouts, and then installed additional trash cans at Dunn Park and the Rose Garden. And that's all I have.
Nice. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any comments? No?
Sure.
Okay.
So, since you brought up the homeless camp, I'm curious if you are aware of the camper that's been moved into the bowl on Park Hill. They moved the dirt that was blocking from driving there and moved a camper. There's actually a trailer in there, and they're adding wood structures onto the trailer.
Yes.
Okay,
So after, it's either gonna be this, after this cleanup, or the third one, the bowl is our next. spot.
Okay, when you brought it up, I'm like, I wonder if you know. I
Oh, we
did,
do, yeah. And
I
we're-
did email the code enforcement,
Right.
and then, talking about graffiti, they've decided to do the barbecue pit up on Park Hill, on the back side there. It's changed I go up there every week, and, the pictures changed in the last 3 weeks, so they're working on it. But, I just thought I'd let you know. Thank you.
Thank you.
And just to add to that, so our concept is to fill in that bowl so
Right.
that nobody could live in the bowl itself.
You can't hide.
Yeah, you can't hide so much, but it doesn't mean they're not gonna live on top of what we put on there. But
Right.
we were actually thinking about.
enough and it's not flat,
Yes,
they like it because they can hide in there.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Well, nuts. So, our next regular meeting is November 30th, right after, Thanksgiving. November 30th, 2021. And do I have a motion to adjourn at 7:04 p.m.?
I move that we adjourn at 7:04 PM.
I second that.
Motion carries. Meeting is over. Fastest meeting ever.